effectively speaking, that a window will open up for all markets, TradFi and Web3, to merge and to create a single global economic layer that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we're very competitive in this industry. And of course, as one of the creators of Cardano, I'm a little biased when I say we have the best solution. But the reality is there's plenty of fine people in Solana, XRP, in the Bitcoin space, in the Ethereum space, and the world is a very big place. It's entirely possible for many to coexist in harmony with trillions of dollars flowing throughout these systems. Moving forward, we are going to see the largest companies in the world begin to adopt cryptocurrencies. Apple, Google, Microsoft, and others will enter the space. This will bring 3 billion customers into the space.
Historic day for cryptocurrencies, and we're going to get into what this means for the industry. But what a change for XRP, man. In the past, if something like this went through, there's no real comparable to this. This is an entirely new world. But if there was, XRP wouldn't be mentioned. It wouldn't show up in the footnotes. We would have to fight and claw and just really get in there and argue for ourselves and advocate. And here, this announcement today on the strategic reserve for the United States, XRP was the lead. That, message went out. Strategic reserve will include XRP, Solana, and ADA. And then a little bit later, he went, oh, by the way, the president said, Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, will be included in there too. XRP was the lead here. If you can't see the difference, I don't know what to tell you. This is quite amazing. Now, the crypto industry, we're going to look at some of what's going on. It's a difficult one to deal with. Like, if you gave a deal like this to the tech industry, they wouldn't say anything but thank you, and they would go out like robber barons and just take over. And, here we're fighting about this. Oh, it should only be Bitcoin. Oh, it should only be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, everyone going after each other. Like, just shut up. Let the best systems win and go make some money. Like, this is mind-boggling, but this is the industry we deal with. Now, the opening clip, Charles really says it right. Yeah, we're going to get these coins and the strategic reserve. That's great, but it's an indicator of what's coming. And what's coming is real mass adoption of crypto technology. Your Apples, your Microsofts, your Googles, your banking systems. You're going to onboard billions of people globally onto these financial systems, these financial rails, these autonomous systems that run 365 days a year without going down. That's an entirely new world. So let's take a look at the market right now. Bitcoin, all the Bitcoiners, we'll look at some of it here, flipping out. It's up almost 8% on the day. Ethereum even, it's doing pretty good, up almost 11%. Look at XRP. How beautiful is that? Up 27% on the 24-hour. Solana up 20%, Cardano up 64%. And look, if you have a crypto project that you like, that you think has utility, that's going to be a game changer. It doesn't matter if it's in this reserve. What you know is that you're going to be able to build, launch, and scale crypto systems here in the United States. That's long-term what matters, not what they decide to throw in this crypto reserve. It's about having an environment where you can build the future and users can onboard, and that's all that matters. The systems that are best, the systems that hit scale, the systems that onboard users ultimately will win. The rest of this means nothing. If your coin got into this reserve today, it's meaningless. It's minor. What matters is who can build the future and onboard customers, and you can do that now, where before the prior administration was threatening to put people in jail and making them sign NDAs so they couldn't tell the public what was going on. This is a whole new world. Now we see this right here. Ripple CEO, Trump's crypto reserve signals a new era. He's absolutely correct. That's what this means. The crypto industry will achieve our goals and beyond if we work together. That's what we need to do. We need to have some common sense. It's so good to see Charles being this great ambassador for the whole industry, not just for his project, but for everyone out there that's trying to build decentralized systems and change the future. I think that it's really underappreciated what he's doing right now. He's getting in there, making things happen, and he's a huge asset to this industry. One of the adults in the room. Uh, Brad goes on to say, appreciate the crypto President Trump's vision of a government digital asset reserve representing the entire industry. And that's what this is. Yeah, look, it's a few coins to start, but, it gives us a good start with not just one person. I know we're used to just Ethereum being the only altcoin. You got a good spectrum here. We can build from there, but it's just a signal to the industry that everyone's invited to the table here to have success. That's what matters. Really mind-boggling here. You have Coinbase. It's just exciting to learn more about this crypto reserve. Still forming an opinion on asset allocations, but this is his current thinking. Just Bitcoin would probably be best, simplest and cleanest. Story is a successor to gold. Now, they've said before, probably the U.S. government's not going to be buying these assets. It's going to be assets they've seized through law enforcement. They already hold them. They're just going to toss them in there for long-term keeping instead of dumping them on the market. Like, why would Coinbase, an exchange that supports a very broad amount of assets, why would they possibly want this to be Bitcoin only? Much of their business is built on Ethereum, really. Without Ethereum, these guys would be in trouble. Like, they're not a Bitcoin only exchange by any stretch of the imagination. This is mind-boggling, his response here. He goes on to say, if folks want more variety, we could do a market cap weighted index of crypto assets to keep it unbiased. How about this? If the government gets their hands on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, or Solana, toss it in the reserve. Like, if we have it, throw it in there. Who cares? It's a free ride, essentially. Now, if we do go to buying, which probably will happen at some point in time, then that's a different story. We should talk about the best way to use taxpayer money, if at all, at this point in time. So that's not where we find ourselves right now. Again, if we seize crypto and the U.S. government has it and they acquired it at no cost, toss it in the reserve, take a free ride. We will see where the chips fall. Now, Arthur says the same thing. It's like he doesn't get what's going on here. Nothing new here, just words. Look, this is more than words. This is showing a commitment to this industry. Like Charles says, we're going to be onboarding people. You are going to be able to build systems. This is more than just the reserve itself. It's just a further signal that this wasn't just a campaign thing to talk about. This wasn't just to get votes. Like, this is going to be a continuous thing. We're going to get regulations. We are going to get people to launch systems in this country and scale this industry. People are just blowing my mind here. And he says, we don't have any money to buy Bitcoin or S coins. Like, no, we don't need to. That's not what they're doing at this point in time. The government has large amounts of XRP, of Bitcoin, of Ethereum, and we're just going to toss them in there and say, it's our policy. When we have these assets, we're not going to auction them off. We're going to throw them in there, and we'll see how they do long term. Again, that can change, but not right now. Rand Neuner doesn't like it. You can't take a U.S. strategic reserve with ADA or XRP seriously. Like, why not? Why is that his stance? Polygon. Now, this is going to happen too. People are going to complain. Hey, we're a U.S. crypto. Polygon says, look, we're based out of the United States. All American operations are well in America. What's the criteria here? Well, the criteria is, Polygon is in a top crypto right now. They're not perpetually in the top cryptos like these other ones were. They can probably work their way up there. They may be included in the future. They're just not there right now. But Ashish Birla brings up a pretty good point here. To start, probably don't have Cayman as your incorporation location throughout your whole website. So how American are you if you're Polygon Labs Cayman Ltd? Like, people just want to complain. If I am Polygon and I was just getting sued or getting threatened to be sued, if I'm Uniswap, do you think I care if they throw my tokens into this reserve? I'm just happy to see that we're going to be able to operate and build the future and make billions of dollars without going to jail. This isn't hard. This industry can be so infuriating at times. Cryptos are, David Sachs says, listen, more details to come at the U.S. Crypto Reserve, about the U.S. Crypto Reserve during Friday's summit. Look, we're having summits. People are coming from the industry to this to speak to policymakers and to speak to the White House and the administration and the crypto czar. I mean, we have a crypto czar. Like, that's exciting stuff. Of course, Brad Garlinghouse is going to be here. I'm sure Stu will as well. Like, things are happening and things are changing, and you have to understand that. We'll get through it. Now we see John Deaton says, he has an unpopular opinion on this. So reading through, he says, today's a great day in crypto considering John himself has 80% of his net worth invested. This guy's more crazy about cryptocurrencies than I am. He's not complaining at all. But I'm very concerned about it could be bad news for the industry long term. So what's he concerned about? Well, his fear is that although altcoins, especially XRP, being stockpiled on the government balance sheet, that this could cause strife, anger, and confusion and nonstop fighting in the industry. It's not that it could, it will. And too bad. You don't like it? Too bad. This is a time for the adults to take charge here, make important policy decisions, and just take over here. We can't listen to every yahoo out there with a complaint. We see he goes on following. We have a very limited time to make sure we get real reform and legislation measures passed before the midterm elections. And he's right. We got to keep going. This crypto reserve thing, it's minor compared to where we need to go. And he says, look, we need number one, stablecoin legislation. That's going to happen this year. We need a market structure bill providing clarity over what constitutes a security and making clear the CFTC oversees crypto commodities. We need rules for centralized exchanges, bankruptcy protection, tax policy reform that allows you to, use your crypto, buy yourself a coffee, doesn't create a big tax problem. Great, great, great. And lastly, reforming or abolishing the accredited investor rule. So he's right in this. Don't get too caught up in this crypto reserve stuff. Those are the things we need to focus and you need to get done as soon as you can, as quickly as you can, while you have the power to get it done. Absolutely in agreement with him. But, are people going to fight because XRP is in there? Yeah, of course they are. This industry is quite silly, quite infantile, and it's just a young industry is what it is. They haven't figured it out yet. There's going to be a lot of assets out there with value. There's going to be a lot of systems that go out there and build the future. It's okay. There's enough money, there's enough transactions, there's enough action to go around. And, again, seeing XRP lead the way, I love it. It just shows that they have a focus on the future. Doesn't guarantee anything, though. I don't care if you made it in that crypto reserve. You got to onboard users. You have to have great systems. And this is just the start. Everyone has an opportunity now, and that's what matters. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Inc.